What's up guys, Ryan with D. This is the 5,000 watt Mototec Pro dirt bike. Alright, let's take this thing for a ride. It's the Mototec 5,000 watt Pro there. Start off with a little bit of drone work there. You can kind of see how this thing would fit you. I'm 5'10", 155 pounds. I fit on this thing quite comfortably. Obviously, not even the trail bike size. Not a full-size bike, obviously, but you're definitely a little bit larger than a mini, you know, sort of like your e-bike or anything like that. It sort of reminds me of the X Pro X9 as far as the sizing, but this thing is way more comfortable. It fits me a whole lot better than that bike. The seat feels better. Not that it's a great seat, just the actual positioning and everything on this bike is just a lot better. You know, decent whenever it comes to power. You know, I only have it in number 2 right now because just, you know, kind of going through a little bit here. Nothing, it's not crazy. I mean, this ain't, you know, your extreme razors or anything like that. But, you know, definitely, if you're a beginner, easy peasy. Even if you got a little bit of experience, this is a really fun little pit bike. But, you know, let's take a closer look at it here. All right, a closer look. So, really good looking bike in my opinion. Shadows sort of on it there, but I like the color scheme. A couple of things to sort of note about it. We'll kind of get into it, but overall, really good looking bike. You know, decent size when it comes to me. Again, you see earlier in the video I was 5'10" and how it pretty much fits me, but you know, obviously Chinese made electric bike. A lot of people might have questions about it. This one, of course, look for it. You know, maybe your state wouldn't have shipping or anything like that. Mine did, so I had to go to another website rather than Mototec. It was a little bit cheaper on Mototec, but by the time I put shipping in with it, it would have been a lot more. So just, you know, take a look around, try to find the best price for it. Main thing is to try to figure out if this bike is actually something you might want. So this is plastic. You can see here, this is actually made really good right here, nice and metal as far as for the controller cooler there. Suspension for me is great. It is adjustable and everything on there. The rear is adjustable as well. It's actually up towards the top. I don't think you can really see it in there, but it is up there. As far as the rear, right out of the box for me, it was pretty well made. So, you know, some of the negatives here, obviously the graphics, not a big deal to me. They're all sort of wrinkly, and you can tell here they don't line up. You know, things like that. Of course, Chinese made tires. You know, some people, there's obviously some things that you want to be better, but hey, with the price, you know, one of those things. The biggest thing I hate on this bike right now is the throttle. I hate the throttle, the way it feels. They put another thing over here, which is the same width as this. I don't know, it just all feels really weird to me. Do not like that, so I will be replacing that. Stay tuned for another video. I'm going to see if Electric & Co. will have one. We can get on this thing that'll actually work. So yeah, a couple of negatives. So for mine, for whatever reason, on the actual wheel lock, it didn't have the nut on there. But luckily, you know, I have a lot of different things sort of hanging around as far as nuts and everything that we can put on the actual, you know, lock, the wheel lock and everything. Another big one would be that for, let's see, it's not on this side. Over here, this, you can see how it's loose. The threads in the swing arm are actually stripped. It came like that. They're actually supposed to be sending me a whole nother swing arm and everything. So they was, you know, real quick about it. They said they're on back order for whatever reason, so I don't know when I'll get one. I'm going to try to sort of fix this for now. I mean, it's holding in place now, but, you know, hey, it's new. You don't want to have any problems like that. So, yeah, definitely that's something to look for. That was actually stripped on mine. It was missing a lot of weird little things, like you can see this isn't bent quite all the way as far as just the little lock on the peg there. But overall, I mean, for the price that you're getting, of course, whenever you get something like this, you want to go through Make sure everything is tight. You're gonna have to put a lot of stuff together. If you haven't seen the other video, if you need help with that, just look for a past video. I can show you how to get this thing together. But other than that, like some of the plastics were sort of closed together, rubbing on the actual suspension here. Just sort of had to work it, you know, pull it out in place. You know, weird little things like that. Another one for me is, it probably won't do it now, sometimes the key doesn't want to turn. I sort of have to jiggle it, like, oh, there it went. So anyway, it'll sort of get you to where you need to go there. Another thing I wasn't used to, I was used to just sort of flipping the switch, and then you can see it. Good, it's starting to cut on there. Well, you also have a switch here, so if that's not on, nothing will cut on. So just keep that in mind if you're flipping it and it doesn't cut on. That was an odd mistake that I had, because that switch. Really good brakes. You can see nice full-size looking master cylinders here, so really nice to see that, because a lot of them come with the little bitty you know, almost like mountain bike brakes. These work really well. I'm really impressed with the brakes of this thing. So the suspension, great for me for what the type of riding I do. So yeah, overall pretty, you know, few little quirks here and there. Once I get those straightened out, you know, I think it's going to be a great bike. You can see the beefiness of the little engine in there. Really, so far, I'm really impressed with, you know, how this bike is, you know, been performing and how it feels and everything. So, hey, let's take it for another ride. Put her in mode 3 and she gets a little more serious. Woo! Nice rut. Watch out now. You know, this bike, I mean, it really rips, to be honest with you. It kind of reminds me, I mean, I'm not saying this is powerful at the 85, but I think it's the size and the weight. It feels pretty light and it has a decent amount of power. Now this isn't, you know, like I was saying earlier, like an extreme razor to where it's just lifting up every, you know, every time you give it some throttle. But it's enough to where it will lift up by itself, but it's not going to if you don't really want it to. It obviously has the keel, you know, like right now I got the brake down, I can floor it, it's not moving. Has all that on there. You can see that hill there. Of course, this is in the high setting. I mean, definitely gets to going really good. So, you know, hard to beat when it comes to like trail riding and things like that. And another thing, I mean, what about you? What are y'all hearing? Does this thing, it sounds quieter than most electric bikes to me. So you could easily get around maybe some places that you're not needing to be and kind of get out pretty quick. Again, the throttle's weird to me. Don't like it. Like right then, you sort of have to roll it really weird. So definitely odd when it comes to that, how the throttle is. But suspension is great. I don't know what that little squeaky noise is. I'll have to sort of dive into that. I don't know if you're hearing it on the mic, but yeah. Easy through there. I mean, I know the cameras like level a lot of things, but that's a pretty good hill. Like a lot of things might struggle with it. One thing I am noticing, the battery power is cooler out here today. To me it seems, but maybe I sort of went faster down the road to get over here. Maybe that has, you know, done something as far as taking more power. I mean, I've been over here before and it seems like it's draining a little more than it was. But yeah, definitely a little ripper. Just this little joker. Woo! You know, know, just a little dirt riding like this. I mean, you know, it doesn't, I mean, you could change the sprocket if you wanted that real, I mean, of course you're not gonna have as much, you know, top speed, but if you wanted that real snap, change the sprockets. You know, this one doesn't have it. Do I miss it because most electric bikes I have do? Yeah, to a degree, but in a way, I mean, I do set up higher up on it, like a lot of, I mean, obviously if I sit back here, I can get this thing to where it's gonna lift up every time, but you know, I'm not necessarily wanting that. I mean, she's really stable. It feels really good, like going decent speeds just like that. Of course, I'm not just, it's not like a really fast bike to begin with, but you know, some bikes I've been on kind of like, you know, if you look at the older view as far as the Trailmaster. I mean, I know that's a gas powered bike, but it don't feel as stable. So it's kind of twitching around. This one, you know, everything is set pretty good with it as far as the little bike that it is. So I mean, I'm moving on a little bit now. Alright, let's go get a little bit more technical trails and see how she does. These are all pretty wide open. Coming down now. I know you can't tell it on camera, but this is a pretty steep hill. Obviously with all the leaves, the brakes are working great. No complaints of that. Word of the wise, if you're new, use back brakes going downhill. Nice. Yeah, suspension felt great through there. Those are pretty big bumps. Coming down the hill good. Boom. Sliding. Yeah. Yeah, she's ripping. Or for me anyway. A lot of people watch this and be like, this guy, I don't know what he's talking about. Again, it doesn't just lift up because of the power. It could be my weight, but I can make it lift up if I want it to, just like any other little bike. A little bit of power, just like right here. Yeah, I mean, depending on your type of ride, I mean, I know this thing, you can buy better used bikes for trails. This thing is so easy to ride. Just like most electric bikes. Would I suggest it for a beginner? Absolutely, but remember, you're missing out on learning clutch work, gears, you know, things like that. But you're having so much fun, and it might keep you in the sport a little longer, maybe, if you're sort of on the fence about it. I have to admit, I'm really shocked about this thing. I don't really care about some of the shortcomings of it, because you're gonna have that with these little Chinese bikes, but man, I'd like to see if electric could go, like if you did want more power, if they actually make an upgrade for this thing. But I mean, out of the box, so much fun. Just to rip through these little trails. I mean, it sounded, when it comes down on the back, it really doesn't sound good. Maybe it's because you can hear so much. The throttle sticks. Like sometimes you have to, like, you can't just let go of it. You have to actually, I'll change modes. You have to actually rock it forward, like seat it forward. The good thing though is that, considering this mishap, obviously I want to replace the throttles, the grips, all that, but considering that, you just pull the brake and it completely cuts it. So anytime, like a while ago, just a second ago, it grabbed and I couldn't seat it forward, pop the brake, there you go, it pretty much resets it. Yeah. Whoa! I slid! Yeah, guys. Yeah, pretty well balanced. I mean, I do feel by some, like, I mean, you just want to lift up the front, but it jumps pretty nice. The suspension holds up. It's not really bottoming out each time like some of the other bikes I've had, like especially some of the Chinese variants. A new segment of this video. So again, the time lap through the little trail I have here, just to see how fast we can get this thing through. I know I'm not a professional rider by any means, any stretch of the imagination, but hey, maybe it can help you decide as far as, okay, this thing, he can get it through the trail a little bit quicker compared to something that maybe is even more powerful. But again, keep in mind that somebody with more skill set could probably do it a lot better than me. So with this thing, obviously we're going to go in level number 3 and see what she can do. Let's get it. Come on, baby. Woo, easy now. Woo, there we go. Come on now. Get up the hill, get up the hill. Don't hit the tree. Watch out for that tree, George. There we go. Come on, get back on the power. There we go. I don't know what was up with that. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, it's kind of... Woo! She about got away. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Probably could do a little better on that one. Yeah, guys, that's my take on it. It's great. If you're on the fence about it, get it. You know, this bike I will definitely probably keep in my stable to play around on. If you have any questions, you know, just leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this thing. Is this something you're considering? Is there something you know better? I mean, for the price point, yeah, you can get the new Electro & Co. one. It is more watts. This one is just 5,000 watts. I think the Electro & Co. could be $500 more, but you are getting like 3,000 more watts. That's a lot more. But yeah, guys, Hey, I'm gonna have a video about changing the throttle on this thing. We'll do some more. I'll keep it around for a while, do some long-term testing on it. Stay tuned to next time, guys. Thanks for watching.